Hi everybody. I thought I'd read chapter 4 to you called The Hat from Days with Frog and Toad by Arnold LaBelle. Okay, it's called The Hat. On Toad's birthday, Frog gave him a hat. Toad was delighted. Happy birthday, said Frog. Toad put on the hat. It fell down over his eyes. I am sorry, said Frog. That hat is much too big for you. I will give you something else. No, said Toad. This hat is your present to me. I like it. I will wear it the way it is. Frog and Toad went for a walk. Toad tripped over a rock. He bumped into a tree. He fell in a hole. Frog, said Toad, I can't see anything. I will not be able to wear your beautiful present. This is a sad birthday for me. Frog and Toad were sad for a while, and then Frog said, Toad, here is what you must do. Tonight, when you go to bed, you must think some very big thoughts. Those big thoughts will make your head grow larger, and in the morning, your hat will fit. What a good idea, said Toad. That night, when Toad went to bed, he thought the biggest thoughts that he could. Toad thought about giant sunflowers. He thought about tall oak trees. He thought about high mountains covered with snow. And then Toad fell asleep. Frog came into Toad's house, and he came in quietly. Frog found the hat, and he took it to his house. That's Frog. And there's Toad sleeping. Frog poured some water on the hat, and he put the hat in a warm place to dry, and the hat began to shrink. Smaller and smaller. Do you see the hat smaller and smaller? Frog went back to Toad's house, and Toad was still fast asleep. Frog put the hat back on the hook where he had found it, and when Toad woke up in the morning, he put the hat on his head. It was just the right size. There he is. Toad ran to Frog's house. Frog, Frog, he cried. All those big thoughts have made my head much larger. Now I can wear your present. Frog and Toad went for a walk. Toad did not trip over a rock, and he did not bump into a tree, and he did not fall in a hole. It turned out to be a very pleasant day after Toad's birthday. That's the end of that chapter. Okay, this one's called Alone. Toad went to Frog's house. He found a note on the door, and the note said, Dear Toad, I am not at home. I went out. I want to be alone. Alone? Said Toad. Frog has me for a friend. Why does he want to be alone? Have you ever wanted to be alone before? Probably. Toad looked through the windows, and he looked in the garden. He did not see Frog, of course, right? So there he is looking at the note. Toad went to the woods, and Frog was not there. He went to the meadow. Frog was not there. Toad went down to the river, and there was Frog. He was sitting on an island by himself. Poor Frog, said Toad. He must be very sad. I will cheer him up. Toad ran home. He made sandwiches. He made a pitcher of iced tea. He put everything in a basket. I wonder what kind of sandwiches. Maybe frog-type sandwiches, like fly sandwiches? I don't know. Toad hurried back to the river. Frog, he shouted. Frog, it's me. It's your best friend. It's Toad. Frog was too far away to hear him. Toad took off his jacket and he waved it like a flag. Frog was too far away to see. Toad shouted and he waved, but it was no use. Frog sat on the island. He did not see or hear Toad. There's him sitting on the island. A turtle swam by. Toad climbed on the turtle's back. Turtle, said Toad, carry me to the island. Frog is there. He wants to be alone. Well, if Frog wants to be alone, said the turtle, why don't you leave him alone? Maybe you're right, said Toad. Maybe Frog does not want to see me. Maybe he does not want me to be his friend anymore. Yes, maybe, said Turtle, and he swam to the island. See, there's the turtle. It's a big turtle. Of course. Frog, cried Toad, I am sorry for all the silly things I do. I am sorry for all the silly things I say. Please be my friend again. Toad slipped off the turtle with a splash, and he fell in the river. Oops. They're supposed to be able to go in the water, though, huh? Frog pulled Toad up onto the island. Toad looked in the basket, and the sandwiches were now wet. The pitcher of iced tea was empty. Our lunch is spoiled, said Toad. I made it for you, Frog, so that you would be happy. But Toad, said Frog, I am happy. I am very happy. This morning when I woke up, I felt good because the sun was shining. I felt good because I was a frog, and I felt good because I have you for a friend. I wanted to be alone. I wanted to think about how fine everything is. Oh, said Toad, I guess that is a very good reason for wanting to be alone. Now, said Frog, I will be glad not to be alone. Let's eat lunch. The end. Oh, not the end. Frog and Toad stayed on the island all afternoon. They ate wet sandwiches without iced tea, and they were two close friends sitting alone together. That's the end. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.